Hello, everyone. I hope you're enjoying your dinner. I tell you, it's fit for royalty, a filet mignon and shrimp and all the wonderful things we've been getting tonight. But this next portion of the evening is actually a very exciting part. I remember last year I was awarded the Volunteer of the Year Award. So to recognize those that have worked so hard, you definitely deserve it. But to help me, my sidekick for the night is Jim Minot, the Chief Development Officer for the Foundation Fighting Blindness. He actually is the leader in all our fundraising events for the last 7 years, so a true genius. So welcome, Jim Minot.
Thank you very much, April. Appreciate that very much. I want to thank Gordon, of course, and Tom Bernardin and Leo Burnett for their great leadership in the development of our new logo. So would you please, once again, when I was asked to do this again, I was given a choice of presenting one of two different awards. I could have the choice of either being on stage with a group of brilliant scientists or being on stage with Mrs. America. So, and with all due respect to Dr. John Flannery and Dr. Ed Stone, just how stupid do I look? A little later, earlier today, when I was introducing April to a few people, including Eric Weinmeier, wasn't he great, by the way? I was introducing Eric to April, and he leaned over and asked me if I knew the secret handshake. And did I know one that like went beyond 6, like 7, 8, or something like that? But if I did have one, it would have been not just for beauty, but also for great intelligence, warmth, leadership, and compassion, April, because that is what you bring to the Foundation Fighting Blindness. Thank you. This is our annual Achievement Awards for chapters and fundraising for our 47 chapters around the country, and it's my honor to do this with April once again this year. So I'm recognizing significant improvement of a vision walk. This award is presented to 2 vision walks that have demonstrated the most significant improvement in 2011 from the previous year in areas of dollars raised, team participation, walker registration, and sponsorship. Awards are presented to 2 vision walks nationwide, 1 large fundraising market and 1 in a small fundraising market. The winner in the large fundraising market, and first before I announce what they did in 2011, I need to tell you that in 2012, this market did $230,000. But over this period of time, this market has moved from $173,000 to $183,000, recruited hundreds of additional walkers from the previous year, and has set all new records and now has its sights set on Chicago and New York, our 2 largest walks in the country. Please join me in welcoming walk chairs accepting the award on behalf of the chapter, Ed and Pam Babin for Philadelphia. Right. Okay. We're going to get a photo, however, with Mrs. America.
Oh, absolutely. I'll take that.
right, there's no time to be glamorous at this time, because if I try to read, I can't see anything. Our next award is Winner in a Small Market. And the recipient for this award is in the Eastern Michigan area, and the one accepting the award tonight is Jason Markath. Congratulations. The 2011 Eastern Michigan Walk was a very successful event that grew significantly in 1 year. The event raised over $87,000, which is more than $200,000 increase over the 2010 year. And the walk grew 44% in sponsorship. So the walk chairs led a great committee who helped the walk towards great success for that year. Congratulations.
Thank you, Jason. For the Outstanding Vision Walk Award, recognizing sustained high achievement of a vision walk, this award will go to the 2 vision walks that have shown the most year-over-year success in the areas of team participation, walker registration, sponsorship, and fundraising. Awards again will be presented in 2 vision walks, one in a large fundraising market and one in a small fundraising market. In the large fundraising market, I'm pleased to ask from the great Twin Cities, Mark Valenziano, to come up and receive his award. Exemplary community involvement and strong overall growth has made the Twin Cities deserving of this award. The committee worked hard to obtain sponsorships and teams from a large number of ophthalmic clinics in the Minneapolis-St. Paul metropolitan area. Sponsorship revenue grew by 225% to $40,050, and since 1927, this walk has grown by over 50% per year. Overall revenue reached an all-time high of $175,000 with more than 14% growth year over year. Mark, thank you.
All right, our next award is in another small market, and the winner for that year is the Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky. We don't have a warm body accepting this award tonight. But to give you a little summary about them, in 2011, the walk had its largest attendance of 560 people, the most teams ever. This walk has consistently raised $100,000 over the past 5 years and is set to beat the record in 2012. This year, the walk chairs Angela, Sandy, Barry, Feast helped tip the scales with a final United Way Foundation donation. And the business chair, Pat O'Callahan, had a team of over 100 and raised $21,000, along with a $10,000 sponsorship from the U.S. Bank and Hale Foundation. So congratulations.
Coming up, we have the 2012 Chapter Momentum Award, which recognizes significant improvement of a chapter. This award will also be presented to 2 chapters that have demonstrated the most significant improvement in 2010 from the previous year in the areas of fundraising, chapter leadership, communications, outreach, and education. I have to tell you, this is one of the first chapters that I visited when I first came to the Foundation Fighting Blindness 7 years ago, and I have been deeply impressed with everything this chapter has accomplished under an extraordinary number of leaders in fundraising, community relations, health education outreach, and all of these areas for which our chapters are thriving. Here to accept the award on behalf of the Denver chapter, Mr. Scott Burt. The Denver chapter continues to get stronger year after year and has many notable events. Since 2006, Vision Walk has raised over $760,000 in this market, 34% higher than in the previous year. The Denver Scramble for Sight golf tournament is now in its 12th year and has raised $1.1 million and has been chaired by Scott each of those years. Chapter leaders and Walmart associates have helped make Save Your Vision Month a Colorado staple and a growing national program that has involved 16 Colorado Vision Walmart since its inception. They most recently added a wine tasting event that has added more than $10,000 a year to its coffers, and I want to congratulate Carmen Swick, chapter president, and her team for their great accomplishments. Thank you.
Our next award is the Outstanding Chapter Award. Recognizing sustained high achievement of a chapter, this award will go to a chapter that has grown the most in 1 year, and success in the areas of fundraising, chapter leadership, communication, outreach, and education. And the winner is St. Louis. Unfortunately, we don't have anyone accepting the award tonight on behalf of St. Louis, but a little summary about the St. Louis chapter. It continues its forward momentum with a strong chapter leader in place, Jason Morris, along with several other active members, have brought successful and growing walks and dinner to this market. This group is very supportive of one another, and their fundraising efforts have done a lot to raise awareness in the community through media appearances. And I think I'm a good one about media appearances, so congratulations.
We now come to the time of the program where we present Volunteer of the Year awards. These awards are given to 7 dynamic volunteers, one from each of our regions around the country, who were recognized for their excellent service in support of the Foundation's mission in the past fiscal year. 7 awards will be presented in this category, one to an outstanding volunteer in each region. The winner in the Western region is a woman who I've also known for 7 years since I first arrived, and she is one terrific leader. From San Diego, would Jill Stone please come and join us? Jill is the mother of 2 grown children with Usher 2B. She has been a national trustee for the Foundation Fighting Blindness for almost 10 years and has been instrumental in keeping a steady presence in the San Diego market. Since 2008, when Dining in the Dark concept came about in San Diego, Jill was at the forefront of this success, and prior to that, led a very successful wine event. She and her husband, Evan, are terrific leaders for us in this market, and last year, I want to say that our Vision Walk and our Dining in the Dark both set record numbers, with the Vision Walk doubling its productivity. Jill, congratulations.
Our next award is for a winner in the Midwest region, and the winner is Terry Super. Unfortunately, Terry's not here, but he has Ward and Jenny Smith. Please make your way up front to accept the award on behalf of Terry. All the accomplishments the Kansas City chapter has made over the past year have happened through the encouragement and determination of chapter president Terry Super. Terry is the dedicated founder of the KC chapter and has continued to be at its helm through its best years as well as its reformation. He remains steadfast in encouraging and mentoring new members towards serving on the leadership board. In addition to supporting the chapter and its speaker series events, Terry is also a longtime super supporter of the Vision Walk, both as a team, chapter captain, and generous donor and sponsor. Congratulations.
From the southern region, we are pleased to recommend and announce a winner who is a dedicated, committed, passionate, and super fundraiser for the Foundation Fighting Blindness. These are the words that his fellow chapter leaders have used to describe Mr. Jim Vachinas. In his volunteer leadership, Jim operates and manages in a warm, friendly, and welcoming way to everyone he comes in contact with. He is a Vision Walk team captain, leader of the Atlanta Support Group, and chairs the Atlanta Partners for Retinal Health program. He is most supportive when individuals are newly diagnosed and facing challenges while still maintaining his own full-time job and dealing with the challenges of low vision himself. Jim has been an Atlanta chapter leader for many years, and he is an always evolving fundraiser. Leader, one who knows to give recognition to others and to bring new growth to a long-standing championship chapter, the Atlanta chapter, and here to accept the award on Jim's behalf are Mickey and Tom Merkel.
I was going to put my glasses on for this one, but I don't need it. I had the honor back in May to go and represent for the Foundation Fighting Blindness for this outstanding chapter in my home state of Florida. And to sit and be with these beautiful women, and we called each other moms on a mission. And I was so touched to hear their stories about their children and exchange stories about mine, and sit and learn from this particular chapter president that is so innovative in ideas, and her leadership is just completely outstanding, and I just had to learn and be so grateful that they had me there. I am so honored to represent Susie Ford with the Florida Region Award.
In the Southwest region, National Trustee Steve Brown leads one of the largest Vision Walk teams in the country. In 4 years of supporting the San Antonio Vision Walk, Steve and his team have raised more than $275,000. He builds support from all over the country, including some of the largest companies in San Antonio. Steve has also been extraordinarily successful outside of the Vision Walk world by raising money from some of the largest foundations in the state of Texas to support our research at the Foundation Fighting Blindness. He and his wife Carolyn have been longtime volunteers to the Foundation Fighting Blindness and truly exceptional leaders. Here to accept the award on behalf of Steve Brown is Steve Burke from San Antonio. Steve. Well, I guess he rode on back home. April, back to you. Okay. Oh, Harry.
Oh, okay, good.
You don't need more pictures, though.
Okay. All right.
I don't know who's these. Thank you. I'll pick it up to somebody. Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Okay.
Thank you. Shook your hand last time.
right, this is like the Academy Awards. Our next award is the Northeast Region winner, and I'm so honored to announce Sherry Rogers. Sherry is also affected with RP, has been a New York City chapter leader since 2007, and the president in the last few years. She extremely supportive of the chapter's constituents and actively recruits new members of leadership roles. In 2008, Sherry started the first New York City chapter networking group in her home borough of Queens. Her success and persuasion prompt other chapter leaders to facilitate networking groups in Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, and a disease-specific group for Stargardt's disease with over 50 members. Since the first New York City Vision Walk in 2006, Sherry has captained a successful team every year, raising thousands of dollars. Sherry a can-do attitude and infectious personality make her a joy to work with. She is the most deserving of the Volunteer of the Year award.
From the Mid-Atlantic region, and unfortunately tonight we have no one here to accept this award, but I do need to tell you that the recipients are two of the most exceptional people that I've had the pleasure to meet since I came to work at the foundation some 7 years ago. Steve and Dot Dutterer. Steve and Dot have been instrumental to the success of just about everything we have done in Baltimore. Our dinners, our vision walk, and prior to that, our Sail for Sight event that we held in Baltimore have raised more than $1 million in just the last 4 years alone, much of it due to their persistence and hard work. Each year, their vast letter-writing campaign raises tens of thousands of dollars in awareness for our research from among their friends, families, businesses, and corporations in the Baltimore area. They are on a cruise right now, so unfortunately could not be with us, but please join me in giving them our heartfelt appreciation for their leadership.
Got him. Our next award is for the Outstanding New Trustee. And I was so excited to be announcing the winners for this award. And I think once you know who they are, you will too. The new trustee is recognized for his or her notable contributions and sustained commitment to the foundation's mission during his or her 3-year year of trusteeship. This year, we couldn't choose just one. And when you hear the names of the winners, you'll know exactly why. Please welcome on stage for accepting their awards, Donna Burke-Tehan and Jody Kelly, also known if anyone knows these spectacular women, they're known as Thelma and Louise, and I tell you, it's perfect for them. But we need to recognize them for all that they do. Donna Burke-Tehan and Jody Kelly are better known as Thelma and Louise. Donna has been a strong supporter and active volunteer for the Foundation Fighting Blindness. She implemented the Montgomery County chapter, where she serves as chapter president. After the chapter was established, she was an instrumental building the first Montgomery County Vision Walk, and now in its 3rd year of her leadership, she has raised over $200,000. Together, Donna and Jody chaired the 2008 Northern Virginia Vision Walk and raised over $200,000 together. And if it weren't enough, they took on the challenge of co-chairing the first and second Northern Virginia Dining in the Dark. With their joint leadership, the dinners have raised $500,000. Donna is an effective fundraiser who has raised nearly, get this, Donna has raised nearly $1 million. So my goodness, give these ladies a round of applause.
Our final award tonight goes to an outstanding veteran trustee. This award goes to a national trustee who has held the position for 5 or more years and has made notable contributions in the areas of philanthropy, volunteerism, network, corporate leadership, and who has maintained a sustained commitment to the foundation's mission during his or her tenure. Our winner tonight is a longtime FFB volunteer, Mr. Dan Bergstein. Dan has been an extraordinary leader for the Foundation Fighting Blindness in his almost 30 years of involvement. In 2010, Dan expanded his fundraising work, not only in New York, but also moving into the St. Louis market, where after raising $1 million in a New York dinner, he went on to raise almost $500,000 in our St. Louis market. Dan has served as board chair for dinners both in St. Louis and New York. He has been an extraordinary corporate leader and a wonderful advisor to Gordon and the entire board of directors of the foundation. Dan is traveling in Paris and Brazil and could not be with us tonight, but it's an honor to recognize Dan and to call him my partner in our fundraising excellence. So join me in thanking Dan Bergstein. And back to you.
Well, this concludes the Academy Awards of the Foundation Fighting Blindness. But I want to welcome the boss, the co-founder of the Foundation Fighting Blindness, Gordon Gunn, on stage, because we do have another set of awards. It's called the Builders Sight Awards. And to accompany Gordon on stage, we want the president of the board of directors, Ed Golub, and the vice chairman as well, Jerry Saw, to help present these new awards. So thank you.
Well, let's see. I'm very lucky to have Ed, our president, and Jerry Shaw, our vice chairman, here with me, and they're going to help present these. These are, we have something called the Builders of Sight Award, which is our highest award for volunteers, for members of our board of directors who have served the foundation for many years and in many ways in a very dedicated sense. So to present the first Builders of Sight Award is Ed Golub.
You know, it's wonderful. I just love this man. But April, I thought I was going to be introduced by you and say, Sandy, eat your heart out, kid. Thanks, Gordon, and it's really my honor to present this important award to two people. And I want to assure you, those of us that are here in the room, we're running out of awards. So just be patient with us. This award is going to be presented actually to two very deserving men, each of which have a very, very similar character. They are thoughtful, extremely intelligent, and absolutely dedicated to the efforts of the Foundation Fighting Blindness. Our first honoree this evening has been a leader with the foundation for 14 years and has been a member of the board since 1995. He has family members impacted by both cone rod dystrophy and age-related macular degeneration, and he, as a retired CPA and pilot, has provided the foundation such important guidance and leadership over the years. He's also played a very important role in reaching out for the Dallas Foundation Dining in the Dark, and it is my honor to present the Foundation Fighting Blindness Builders of Sight Award to Greg Austin. Greg, please come forward.
Congratulations, Greg. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Greg.
I knew.
Greg is from Texas, so he only has a few words.
I can honestly say that I am bowled over by this. This is pretty unbelievable. I've been with the foundation 14 years, and it's a situation I will never forget. Knowing these gentlemen up on the stage and working with everyone has just been a tremendous experience for me and my family. And I thank you all so much for everything you do. Thank you.
Congratulations. April, are you sure you don't want to come up here and help me? Huh? Oh, well.
You hear it, we're going to get a photo.
Let's get her.
The next award goes to a man who couldn't be with us this weekend. He lives in Idaho, and his horse refused to go all this way to Minneapolis. He is our dear friend and a member of the board. Again, a man of few words and tremendous intellect and great honesty and integrity. And when he says his few words, you've got to know that it's going to mean something. And I'm talking about our colleague, our director, Ted Welp. He's a member of the board and has been involved with the foundation for for more than 20 years and part of our senior leadership for 17. He and his wife, Elaine, are motivated in the fight against blindness because a family member is affected with Usher syndrome. Over the years, he has generously supported sight-saving research towards treatments and cures and serves on our board's audit and scientific liaison committees. I must say personally that his involvement in our audit committee keeps us all honest. He's the former president of Tucson Electric Power and is also involved on the board of a technology investment and management company that provides early-stage funding and development for promising biomedical companies. It is my honor, in absentia, to present the Foundation's Builder of Sight Award to Ted Welp. And to accept this award, Alan Kahn, co-chairman of the Audit Committee, the Finance Committee, sorry.
It's an honor to accept this award on behalf of Ted Welp. Some of you may not know, Ted has been always a man of finance. He started out as the chief financial officer of the largest utility in the West, and then went on to become the CEO of 2 other utilities in the West. He served with great distinction on the Finance Committee for many years, and when the Audit Committee was formed, he said, "I want to be head of it." He knows who cracks the whip in this organization. But there was a frivolous side to Ted, which I think my fellow directors may not be aware of, that Ted used to be a professional baseball player. I don't know what his lifetime batting average was, but his average for FFB has been 1,000.
Well, thank you, Alan Kahn, and congratulations to both Ted and to you, Greg, for everything you've done. Thank you. Well, we now have the last award, which is a new award. It's called the Builders of Sight Award also, but it's the clinical research, the Builders of Sight Clinical Research Award. And this is because of the great things that are happening here at the Foundation. The fact is that we are now moving laboratory research into preclinical or drug development phases and on to clinical trials at, as you heard, a very great rate. It's wonderful to have it happen. Well, there are different levels and different skill sets that are needed for that, and we do have the new the FFB Clinical Research Institute, which is where a lot of this happens, and we have wonderful people staffing that. But we also have tremendous volunteers that are working on that behalf of that effort. That organization, the former National Neurovision Research Institute, started in 2003 and has been making huge progress towards helping enable this transfer of research from, from basic science to clinical science and to the clinical trials, excuse me. So tonight, again, we have the very first awardee, and I'm not going to announce him. The president of the foundation is, but I am going to say that he's very well deserving. He's brought extraordinary knowledge and expertise and ability to this whole process. So we're delighted to give him the award. Ed, would you like to do that?
Thank you. You know, with all the well-deserved honor that has been paid to so many in this room and so richly deserved, this award is a very particular honor for me to be personally making. When this award was developed, it really was, at this point, with only one man in mind, and that man is Dr. Morton Goldberg. Mort is the Joseph E. Green Professor of Ophthalmology at the Wilmer Eye Institute at Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine and has led the Eye Institute at Johns Hopkins Hospital for 14 years and has done an incredible job growing the institution and its clinical research programs. He's the recipient of many, many honors and distinguished awards and has authored more than 400 articles, editorials, and peer-reviewed journals. As a member of the Foundation's Scientific Advisory Board since the early 30s, nearly Well, since the early 70s, he sort of grows on you after a while. Actually, it was the 70s, right before I was born. Mort has really been so instrumental in guiding the Foundation Fighting Blindness towards the best sight-saving and restoration research science. In 2004, he was elected chairman of the FFB's National Neurovision Institute, NNRI, which is now the Foundation Fighting Blindness Clinical Research Institute. And he has led the charge to move more promising research into the clinic as quickly as possible. And to no one's surprise, he is doing an incredible job in that role. Mort, we salute you for your visionary leadership and dedication to accelerating the advancement of sight-saving treatments into the clinical trials and out to the millions of people around the world affected by retinal degenerative diseases. It is my great personal pleasure that we present this very first Foundation Fighting Blindness Clinical Research Award to Dr. Mort Goldberg.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Thank you so much, everybody. This really was a complete surprise and, in all honesty, totally undeserved. But I am very happy to accept this award on behalf of all the physicians, all the scientists who work in clinical trials, and most importantly, to all the patients and the family members who participate in our new clinical trials, and I'm happy to say in even more clinical trials going forward. Thank you all very, very much.
Time out.
I think I'm supposed to conclude the evening. Before I do that, I was trying to think of something that was perfect to help end this amazing night and this amazing weekend. Rather than just saying, good night, let's hit the dance floor. I have a quick little story that I think is perfect and suited for all of us. And it's an analogy about a buzzard, a bat, and a bumblebee. Yeah, no offense, Judy Kale, about your bumblebees. But the story has a really good relevance. The buzzard, the bat, and the bumblebee, they all fly. Well, if you were to put a buzzard in a 6-foot by 8-foot pen, even though the top is open, he would actually make himself a prisoner. The reason why, because of habit, he needs a 10 to 12-foot run in order to take off in flight, despite the pen has an open top. The bat, on the other hand, is another incredible nibble creature, can also fly, but because of habit as well, he needs an uneven surface to take off in flight. So if you were to put him on this dance floor, he would just wobble and not go anywhere. And the bumblebee, can also fly, of course. But if you were to put that amazing bumblebee in an open tumbler, the top is open. He would fight left and right and even downward and actually be the demise of himself. And the relevance of this story is if they only simply look up, they would actually find their way out. And a lot of times we actually feel sorry for ourselves, and it's human nature. But being and feeling sorry for yourself actually makes you walk backwards, just like the bumblebee and the bat and the buzzard. And simply, all we have to do is look up to God and have faith, and all we would do is just simply fly. And I thank God every day for the position that I am, because this journey that my husband and I are on with our kids has changed my life and changed the way I look at things. I no longer worry and look left and right or walk backwards. I look up. And because of faith of God is where I am here today, and he's keeping me sane. And I think all of us are on the same boat. We simply look up in our faith to our family, to God, and we actually look up to the Foundation Fighting Blindness. So good evening. I hope you enjoyed everything here, and I think it's time to kick our heels up and just have a good old time. So thank you so much for having me.